Hello and welcome. Here I'm going to show you how to submit to D&H through the SecureSign LOS and VericoForce app. What I'm going to cover in this video is the process to enable you to submit to D&H, the fields required to submit, and what is sent to D&H. Now the first thing you're going to do is select the contact you're going to do the deal for. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that their contact details are all correct. So from their name, their phone numbers, personal information, their contact method, and the summary. Now most of this information is just for your reference, as it won't get submitted to D&H. But of course the main contact information like the email address, the name, phone numbers do. Now the benefit of these reference fields, like the contact method fields, is so then you know what the client wants you to do in terms of contacting them. So now if we scroll down, we're going to see the other sections that are going to be used in the submission to D&H. So from things like the address, the current and previous address, the employment, and again the current and previous employment for that contact, other income, the assets, liabilities, and expenses, and then finally the subject property itself. So if there's already a subject property here, you can just click on the property name, or if there isn't any, you can actually just add a new subject property. We're just going to click on the name here and bring it to this property. And here you're going to see all the details for the property that they're going to want to purchase. So from the property value, which is actually going to be used in later calculations, as well as what's going to be submitted to D&H, to both the mortgage amount and other fields like the purchase date. And then further down you're going to have things like the annual taxes, the monthly condo fees, monthly heating costs, and so on and so forth. And you fill all these out and they'll actually be submitted to D&H. Now further down you're going to have the address. Just make sure it's all the correct address for that subject property. And then below you're going to have the building details. So from the builder to living space to the heat. Once you're happy with all the details, then you can save it and then you can go back to the contact. Now here we're going to scroll back down. And now we're going to go into the loan apps. So if there isn't one, of course you can always create a new loan app. But in this case we already have one created, so we're just going to click on the loan app number here. So now in the loan app, you're going to have a lot of the mortgage and property information above. So things like the primary applicant, subject property, loan type. And then below that you have the mortgage information. Now most of this information is just for your reference, as it doesn't pull from other locations and it doesn't get submitted to D&H. Now below that is the conditions, which also doesn't get submitted to D&H. And below that are the co-applicants. Now the co-applicants do get submitted to D&H. So if you have up to 4 co-applicants, those will get submitted to D&H. Just click on their name to view their contact information as well as edit their information. Now below that is the down payments. Now these are used for the calculations within the SecureSign LOS and VericoForce app, but they aren't sent to D&H. Now you can always edit any of these or add a new down payment. Now the sections below that, you're going to have the loan requests and existing mortgages and auto loan requests. Now for the loan request, this is where you will be submitting to D&H. So you can either click one of the mortgage request names if you already have them, or you can always add a new loan request itself. So here we're going to add a new loan request. Here we're just going to fill out all the fields that we can. Things like the mortgage request status, what lender we're going to submit to, charge type, loan type. You can also choose the purpose of the loan itself, along with the interest adjustment date, first payment date, maturity date, so on and so forth. Below that you're going to have the transaction details. So all the dates from submitting to lender to the funding date and closing date. Now here you'll notice that you can't enter any values for the property value / price, down payment, default insurance, GDS, TDS, and so on and so forth. This is because these will be automatically calculated. To do that, you'll have to enter in the rate, which is a required field. Then you can also enter in the rate type, the term, the payment frequency. The compound period, And then the other required fields, of course, are the term years, months, the amortization years, and months as well. So you can also check the include mortgage defaults, and then once you're all done, just click the Save button. This will now give you the calculations based on what you've entered. So now you see the things like property value / price, down payment, mortgage payment, and term interest amount, as well as the GDS, TDS, and LTV total mortgage are all calculated. Now, if you find that some information is incorrect or out of date as something in the deal has actually changed, you can, of course, go back and make those changes before submitting to D&H. Now, if you needed to make changes to the calculations, you can always go through the steps that we did in this video, like changing the rate, the term, amortization, or even going into the subject property and changing the prices there. Once you've done that, come back into the mortgage request, click the Edit button, and then Save. That will update the calculations. Now to submit to D&H, you're going to click the Submit to D&H button at the very top. You'll then get the message that the request has been submitted. Now you can go into your D&H account and you're going to find the deal information there. So that's how you submit to D&H using the Verical Force and SecureSign LOS app for Salesforce. I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy.